stuff, God says, I need you to come up here, Moses. I'm going to tell you how we're going to live our lives together. We're going to covenant. So Moses goes up on the mountain. You know the story. But leaves everybody down with his brother Aaron, take care of them, make sure they don't behave themselves and all that kind of stuff. So while he's up on the mountain, that wasn't his strong gift. That wasn't his skill set. And so what happened is they ended up making we don't know where Moses is, so we need to protect ourselves. We're going to get a golden calf, and that'll help us out. So give me all your rings, jewelry, all that kind of stuff. That's sort of Peter Clinner basket here. We're going to make us some stuff, and we're going to well, God is just, what is this? I just did all this. What? So he sends Moses back down, and he says, what in the world are you doing? Of course, Aaron's going to say, I'm a bad leader. He said, well, the people kind of made me do it because they were all, like, oh, hush. And Moses, if you read the story, was not amused. And so he ground it all up and made them drink it, so it built a memory for him. But anyway, the point was that that's not okay. And God says, tell them what the covenant's going to be. And the covenant was what was struck. And people said, well, how does it work? And he said, well, there are 10 commandments. It's easy to remember. 10 toes, 10 fingers, 10 commandments. And this is what I need you to do. The first 4 deal with your relationship with me. The last 6 deal with your relationship with one another. And this is what I want. And Moses said, so how many of you guys want to do this? And all the hands went up. I do. So everybody said, okay. So the covenant was struck. That's good news. Now, the only problem with the covenant, which is summarized in the 10 Commandments, was not that you couldn't understand it, 10 toes, 10 fingers, and all that kind of thing, but they didn't want to do it. And so that was the problem. They literally did not get off the mountain obeying the 10 Commandments. Some people said, well, I'm good for some of them, maybe, or so. A couple of those I need a little flexibility with. I don't know. But for whatever reasons, they didn't keep the covenant. So what are we going to do? I'm trying to go somewhere here. What are we going to do with, I know what I ought to do. Where's my... I know what I ought to do, but I know what I really do is a little different. And I know that I'm going to come up with a good excuse, but the bottom line is I'm probably going to do what I want to do. Well, what are we going to do with people? What's God going to do with the people? They're going to probably do what they want to do. Here's where the good news starts to come in. Well, for the next 600 years, everybody's busted the covenant left and right, but 600 years after that would be 600 BC, you start getting these huge giants like Jeremiah. And God begins to speak to his people, and he starts saying, we got to do a new deal. This is not working. Does anyone really believe this is working? This isn't working. So if you look at Jeremiah and you turn to Jeremiah 31:31, which is very, very easy to remember. It's a pivotal passage in the Old Testament. It's sort of a hinge into the new. And it says, in the days to come, says the Lord, I'm going to make a new covenant with my people. Not like the old covenant. The covenant which I made when I took them by the hand to lead them out of Egypt, my covenant which they broke. But this is the covenant that I will make in those days, says the Lord. I will put my laws within, and I will write them upon their hearts. Wow. Now that's interesting, because see, the within and on the heart is getting down to where the rubber hits the road. That's the internals. We tried the external 10 Commandments. You see them, you put them we still like to put 10 Commandments, maybe on an altar, maybe put 10 Commandments on one side, maybe put something Jesus said on the other, and it balances it out. We all like the external 10. But what we really do is the internals, what we want to do. And God's saying, I know that. And so I'm going to put my laws within you. And I'm going to write them upon your heart. People start saying, wow, that really would be different. What's, it's hundreds of years continue to go. About the same time Ezekiel was saying this side, Ezekiel 36, and he was saying, I'm going to wash you clean. I'm going to give you a new heart from stone to flesh, put my spirit within you, and I will cause you, God says, to walk in my statutes and obey my ordinances. And people start saying, now that is really internal. You're going to change my heart from stone to flesh. You're going to put your spirit within me. You're going to cause me to walk in your statutes and obey your ordinances. And you're going to put your laws within me. And you're going to write them upon my heart. Now that is starting to feel like some good news.